She is the first nurse practitioner in the Turks and Caicos. She also started the Diabetic Association. Her name is Eleanor Elaine Brooks Clear, and she is the latest individual to be featured on WIV's Profiles.
Eleanor Elaine Brooks Clear is the second daughter and the third child of Stanley and Annie Brooks of South Caicos. My father was a district commissioner. Well, before he became district commissioner, he was an accountant in the government office in South Caicos. And then he went on, he got promoted, and he became district commissioner of South Caicos. Then he went on to be district commissioner of Salt Key, and then district commissioner here in Providence, Isles. My mother, Annie Brooks, well, she was Lewis before she was Brooks. And she's from South Caicos as well. She was a seamstress. She made all our clothes.
Married to Albert Butch Clear, that union created two sons, Sasha, the eldest son, and Sorrel, which she was so excited to talk about.
Sorrel is an all-rounder, I call him, because he was always more matured than Sasha. Growing up, and Sorrel, all of Sorrel's mannerisms was his daddy. He thought like Butch, he talked like Butch, everything was like Butch. Sasha, on the other hand, Sasha was more like me, okay? Sorrel, he used to call Sasha a late bloomer. And everything, he was always, the go-getter. Anyway, Sorrel, he now lives in Miami. He and Sasha were in high school in Miami. And because his peers from the Madre Basin High School in South Caicos, they were going to graduate a year ahead of them. So both of them asked me if I could speak to the principal and ask her if they could come back home to graduate with their peers there.
Meantime, one storm in her life was the loss of her son, Sasha, who died in a motorbike accident.
I was at work. This was like after 5 o'clock. I was packing some first aid kits because I said in case anything happened during the night with this storm coming, if I am unable to get out of my house to go to the hotel, then at least they'll have first aid kits at the front desk. So packing the first aid kits, there was a Haitian guy who came in, Gaston. Gaston said, "Nurse, how you doing?" I said, "Gaston, I don't know." I said, "Ask me that tomorrow." So he said, "Nurse, this is not you. I'm going to ask you again. How you doing?" I said, "Gaston, I can't tell you how I'm doing." I said, "I can't even tell you how I feel right now." I said, "Ask me that tomorrow." So he said, "Nurse, I'm going to ask you a third time. How you doing?" I said, "Gaston, I don't know." When I was answering him, the phone in the nurse's station was ringing. And when I went to the phone, it was one of my colleagues, Mario Campbell, was on the other end of the line. And he said, "Nurse, your son was in an accident. Get somebody to bring you." And I started screaming.
Stay tuned for more of her story tonight at 8 p.m. right here on WIV4's Profiles.